this podcast will fail. And that's probably all right, but I could be wrong. Who knows? And episode 56, this podcast will fail. I'm just some guy, just here. Doesn't matter who I am. Who I am is completely irrelevant to the conversations that I come here to have with you and with myself. And this week is the final week of season 3. We are working through the question that I hope you will answer for me, and that is this week's question: what moves you? That's what I want to know. I spent some time yesterday talking about the primary thing that moves me, and for that reason, this is actually going to be a little bit of a shorter podcast today, excuse me. Because what moves me is family, and what I have right now is my whole family here at home, which I know we're not supposed to do right now. But I have my 2 sons home from college for the long weekend. They were both tested and tested negative for any COVID-19. The school, basically, the schools tested everybody. Every student had to line up and do a swabby dobby and get the results back and make sure that you're clean so you can go home and be with your family. And that's where we are. So it's kind of cool because I have all 6 of my kids here with me. And that's an unusual thing right now because those 2 have been off at college since September, and they've only been home twice. So this is fun, and it's nice. They're all upstairs. The kids are all hanging out, and they're all talking to each other, and they're all catching up. And it was like the coolest thing was my second oldest, when he got in the car, and because I went and picked them up, it's 2 hours away. One of the first things he said to me as we started driving was, "How's everything at home? What's everybody up to?" And I thought, that's cool, man. That's so freaking cool. So yeah, I know I don't believe I'm going to spend the whole 20 minutes with you here today. I'm sorry. I hope that doesn't disappoint you. I've also been admonished for believing that nobody wants 30 and 40 an hour long podcasts. I think it's just me. I think it's me projecting on you, potential listener. I'm shopping with your wallet for you because generally speaking, I'm not somebody that will sit through an hour long podcast. I just don't have that kind of attention span, and I don't think I have that amount of time in any given day to devote to one thing. So I like the short, quick bite. I like the 20 minutes. I don't want to take your whole day away from you. You got other things to do. I want you to hopefully, potentially listen, but I certainly don't want to monopolize your day with my blah, blah, blah gobbledygook. But I appreciate you being here nonetheless. And again, of course, if you are so inclined, there should be a link in the description below to send me a voicemail and answer the question for yourself. What moves you? I got some more answers from my personal Facebook page. These wonderful people that I'm friends with and family members that don't know I'm doing this podcast. So I think what I'll do, I'm actually just going to kind of continue on yesterday's thread and continue with the answer that family is what moves me, and apparently moves a lot of other people on my friends list too. So I just want to kind of go through some of these answers with you real quick. Some of them are interesting. I got a couple of jokers. I got a good couple funny ones in there. Some folks that at least seem to think they're funny. Anyways, they're funny. I don't know who am I to say what's funny, what's not funny. But okay, let's see if I can do this all on one phone. I need to switch over apps. So that's 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's switch over and go to my Facebook and see and hope that the thing is still recording. Okay, let's see what kind of answers we got to this. So once again, I want to know what moves you, what motivates you, what keeps you going, what gets you going, what gets your heart rate up, what gets you, doing your thing, right? So I had a couple. The first one was my friend Jackie from my high school years, talking about her son. I got a couple of good ones here again regarding family. So the one that there's one that really sticks out, and I'll save that for last. But all right, coworker, someone that used to work for me and is in a different department now. She says, with great enthusiasm, she says, "My kids, in more ways than one, they constantly keep me busy, but they also motivate me to be better and do better." That's from Ebony. Ebony, I like it. Similarly, friend Tammy from my YouTube days, and a former fan of my show that I don't do anymore. I don't do that show, but she became a friend after being a fan. And she says, she says, "My boys, I have to be here and I have to be strong for them so they can make it through life." I want to just pause and side note, because I didn't remember that Tammy's one of the ones that answered. Tammy and her husband were just diagnosed with COVID-19. So she's been on my mind the last day or two. They're doing okay. Her husband's got it a bit worse. But they're at home and they're resting and they're, holding out so far. But I'm watching her daily updates, and she's got 2 boys. I believe one of her boys is at home with them, so it's tough on him because he has to completely quarantine and hope that he doesn't get sick. It's just mom and dad and him, and an older son away at college who now can't come home for Thanksgiving. So if family is what moves you, the world right now is making things very difficult for families to be together and to be moved together. It's tough. The other one I got regarding family was really, really interesting to me. This again is a friend from high school, someone I've known a long time, and he went in a very different direction. This is from Chris, and Chris says, "What moves me is fear. The fear of not educating my kids well enough for this world. Fear that I will be letting them down. Fear that I didn't lead by example." That should hit any father like a gut punch, right? If you are a dad, and frankly probably a mom too, but guys are all macho bravado bullshitters. But that should make you stop and think, because it did. It hit me, and I absolutely identify and absolutely agree with Chris's sentiment here, because it is scary, right? Turning back to COVID world for a minute here, it's terrifying. It's like the walls are kind of closing in on me from all sides. Like I feel like I'm slowly being boxed in by this goddamn virus. And I think about the kids and go, Jesus, what how do I protect them? Have I taught them, right? Have I made them smart enough and responsible enough and savvy enough to keep themselves safe if I can't keep them safe? Especially the 2 of them. The 2 college age. They're out there on their own. They're down there by themselves, and that's a tough thing. I didn't know how tough it would be. When they were little, it was, hey, they're just there. They're little. They're home. It doesn't matter. Now they're adults, and they're out trying to navigate through a very scary and unforgiving world right now. Did I teach them? Did I set them up for success? So Chris, I know you'll never hear this podcast, but brother, I feel you. I feel you so much on that statement. We all had shitty childhoods, and we want better for them. I said that yesterday. I'll say that again. We want better for them, and we hope that we have done right to prepare them for better, to prepare them to be able to do better than we did, to have better than we did. And Chris, you nailed it, man. You hit the freaking nail on the head. So, yeah, I'll go through the rest of these answers probably tomorrow. A cool thing, though, actually, that same second son, he's 21. I won't tell you his name, just like I'm not telling you my name. But the same one that asked how everybody at home was doing, he got wind of the podcast, and I was surprised that he said, "I want to be a guest." Man, I'll jump on that with you. Come on, let's do it. So it looks like I'll possibly have an opportunity to interview another one of my children on this podcast. Last season, you heard from my daughter, who's 15, who gave some great perspectives on raising children and the new world we live in, right? Where we are learning and accepting of gender nonconformity and being who you want to be, and it being okay to be who you are, regardless of anything. She had a great episode, and I have a sense that I'll get another great episode out of him. So hopefully, I don't know what day that'll be. Might be Friday, might be Saturday. I'm not sure. Might be tomorrow. I don't know. Well, I'd make stuff up. I told you this before. I just kind of do things. I don't really plan them very well. I like to just be spontaneous and do stuff. But I have some cool answers from other folks, some snarky answers, some smart-ass answers. I will read them for you at some point this week. All right, let's see. Let's check, see what we're doing on time here. We're coming up to 12 minutes. Yeah, I think that's a pretty decent little share there. So, again, it's open to you if you can click that link down in the description. I know 3 or 4 of you are listening every day, and I want to crack that nut. I want you to click that link, and I want you to talk to me, right? You don't have to tell me your name. You don't have to tell me where you are. Just answer my question. What moves you? Or just give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to hear. I think it'd be cool to be able to interact with some people. So I hope I will hear from you in that forum and in that medium. Looking forward to wrapping up this season with the Tell Me Your Story. Get through this last week of this question, and then I got to figure out what I want to do for season 4. I think I've structured it out to where the seasons are a month. Feels good, feels right, fits well with my particular brand of OCD. It feels right to do a month at a time as a season, but I don't know what the hell I'm going to do for December. I know that I have a particular anniversary date. There's a date of remembrance in late December. So I'm working my way up to being able to talk about that out loud, because I've never really talked about that out loud. But a very fateful anniversary coming up in December that I need to address and I need to cover. So I think that's pretty much it. I can try and run out the clock a little here. I don't know if you're still listening. Maybe I can try to get to 15 minutes here. We're coming up on just shy of 14 minutes. What else can I say? What else can I do? I don't know. I'm really just taking up your time now. So that's fine. We'll close it out. Thank you. If you are taking the time every single day, if you're following the podcast, I appreciate you very much. I would hope that you would maybe show this to somebody else. I got one person who does listen that I know of, and that's my buddy Caleb, but I know he told his brothers about it because they do a podcast together. Hopefully you'll hear more voices than just mine, and I want to hear some new voices too. I want to hear your voice, and I want to bring other voices on, and it's all good. We're going to have a lot of fun as we move on and grow and develop this podcast, and I hope that you will come along and be a part of it with me. All right, that's enough self-aggrandizing nonsense. Wherever you are tomorrow, for me, recording this, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I hope that you and your family have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. The best to you. Again, thank you for your time. I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one.